We last year, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Blue Ridge Rock Festival 2022 is in the books. Um, I did wait a little bit to do the review, but I did post a vlog. Well, it's a multi-part vlog. There's a playlist pinned in the chat, in the description, and in the comment section. So watch that, and I will be adding more and more to it. So it's a playlist basically. Um, it was fantastic. I had a great time. Great time. Great bands. Met so many great people there, and it wasn't perfect. It definitely wasn't at times. We'll address that. We'll address that because people definitely were talking to me a lot during the show, and they were also talking to me after the show. And I was listening to a lot of your opinions. Some of them I agree with. Some of them I don't. Don't take it personal. We all have opinions. Um, but let's get to the music, man. Let's get to the music. So we had Slipknot, who was incredible. I mean, I heard nothing bad about Slipknot. Disturbed. If you like Disturbed, they were great. I'm not the biggest fan of Disturbed. I'm gonna be honest with you. But that's just me. They're not a horrible band. They're not one of my bands that I still listen to this day. Ghost, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Once again, check the vlog. You get all that footage and all that good shit. So check that out. Definitely click that after this. Visually, the visual was beautiful. The music was incredible. He sounded amazing. First time seeing him. Mudvayne. A lot of people were really excited to see Mudvayne. I used to listen to Mudvayne a lot back in the days. They came back. They've been on tour. This was toward the end. This was one of the last shows, if I'm not mistaken. And some people were saying that you could tell that this was the last leg of the tour. They seemed like they sounded good, but the energy a lot of people that were diehard fans that I know. Shout out to my boy Dare, who said the energy was a little off, but they did sound great and they enjoyed it. Me, as I said, it's fun to see these bands from the past, right? That we listen to. For example, Ice Cube. Ice Cube, he's doing all types of stuff now. Super Hollywood commercial. He's the guy's Hollywood, right? From TV, movies, to the basketball thing he got going on now. He didn't miss a beat. He was phenomenal on stage. Everyone that was there loved it. I think that they should have one hip hop act every day. They have this thing where there's an after party where they have people perform, and I think that they should consider having one of those acts that perform in the evening perform during the day, because it separates the energy a little bit. It kind of is like, it's like you go to let's face it, when you go to these festivals, it's almost like you're hitting the damn buffet, an audio musical sound wave of buffet, right? So you're hearing a lot of metal. You're gonna hear stuff like Three Doors Down also, right? It's nice to go from stage to stage and hear some different, just like a buffet. You may want to eat this and then a little of that. One hip hop act is fantastic. I understand not everyone loves hip hop, but there's a ton of people that do. And his showing was through the roof. He had so many fans there. And the problem with the festivals is that it overlaps people you want to see. This was one time where I wanted to see him and I wanted to see Anthrax. And Anthrax dabbles into the hip hop world, just like Ice Cube dabbles into the metal world a little bit. In the past, he has, right? I had that situation last year where Body Count was performing the same time as Megadeth, and I'm a huge Megadeth fan, which I was hoping they were going to be at this festival because I think they were in town around that time. So I was shocked that Dave Mustaine and the boys didn't show up over there. because that would have been phenomenal. I mean, to have them. They dropped a new album. I was looking, I have an autographed CD that was sent to me of the new album, The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, which to me is a pretty great album. There's a few songs that I think they could have did without, but besides that, it was a pretty good album. I think a lot of people that are fans of Megadeth are gonna know exactly what songs. There's like two that could have been left out. But Ice Cube, man, Ice Cube killed it. WC, I mean, hyping him up. It was fantastic, man. Went through all the classics. Played NWA's records. Played the damn diss record, No Vaseline, which that's the diss to NWA. It was great. Have Waka Flocka Flame perform on the next day, and then have Tech Nine perform the next day. Give him a set, and I think that would have been appropriate. Um, and I think someone like Ice Cube, he's a big star. You got to have the big stars perform with the other big stars. I felt like at times, not just Ice Cube, but there was other big artists that were performing from one side of the hill to the other side of the hill, and it's a rough walk at times. Rough walk when you're trying to get to one stage to the next. So I think they have to work on mapping out the schedule better. Uh, I know I would be that would be a piece of cake for me. It's when I was looking at it, the whole thing, I was like, oh, but I also used to work in the music industry with booking stuff, so I do understand that also. But they got to work on booking the bands, scheduling the times better. Lamb of God, I mean, what else can you say? Lamb of God is legendary. Um, Hailstorm, fire. Day to Remember, fire. Let's see what else we got here. I Prevail. What can you say? Alice Cooper, legendary. He didn't have like a huge, crazy set, but sounded fantastic. Tenacious D, wow, amazing. And this was a shocker to see, right? When we got the lineup, seeing Tenacious D on there, but they were on tour, so a lot of people seen them like a week before or a month before, and then got to see them again, which I don't think people are going to complain about, right? Anytime you have the opportunity to see Jack Black, I mean, come on, bro. Gojira, one of the showstoppers of this whole festival. Gojira was incredible. They were supposed to be at the festival last year. They were not able to make it. Showstopper. Everyone just continues to talk about this performance. Seether was there last year. Once again, great. Stone Temple Pilots. I checked it out, and I gotta say, man, I think I'm just such a diehard fan that I couldn't handle this. It was very creepy to watch this to me. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. They got this new guy who's singing, and he's got like the skinny look and everything like that. I mean, it's just it didn't sit well with me. No disrespect to him. He sounded fantastic. The band sound fantastic. I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. Being such a huge fan of this band growing up. I have seen them live in the past. Rest in peace to Scott, man. I mean, it just didn't feel right. I felt wrong watching this. I didn't feel wrong. It just felt wrong to me. I say that with respect to these guys. I know if they watch this, they're gonna feel disrespect. I understand they want to jam and they want to play and they want to play for the fans. So I get that side of things. It's like the controversy that's going on with Pantera right now. Pantera is going to be going back on tour, right? And I thought that may have been the surprise band, but there ended up not being that surprise band on that Thursday. And I think it was at like 7:00 or 6:30. Everyone was hype, and then there was nothing until Anthrax went on. And shout out to Anthrax. Legends, man. It was great seeing Anthrax again. Shout out to those guys. They actually gave away a guitar, too, an autographed guitar with a monster, which was pretty sick. I actually got to see them giving that away, and it was pretty special, man. And I was walking to my car, and I actually seen the guy with the guitar after. and he was going to give it to his father. He said because his father was a huge Anthrax fan. So I thought that was really nice. I mean, we met so many great people there. For the most part, the crowd was just beautiful people. Really awesome people. Of course, you see a little bit of the idiots at the festivals, the brainless meatheads, I call them. I think if you go to festivals like that, you understand. Um, let's see. I just want to go through some of the bands, um, and then we'll dig into the nitty gritty. I wasn't able to see Pennywise, which I was pretty disappointed with. I actually, I really grew up listening to Pennywise, and I wasn't able to see them. I did see them in New York back in the days, so it's not like it's the first time. Let's see, let's see. I want to kind of dig through it. Anthrax, legendary, of course, as I was saying. Okay, in this moment, was amazing. Showstopper, showstopper. I was not ready for this performance. The visuals, the fire, it was incredible. It was art, for Christ's sakes. It was freaking art. Um, if you got the chance to see in this moment, see them. Trust me. Uh, you know, you see what's on the screen, man. Oh, these guys are delivering. You know that. Like Nelly, you have Nelly do a quick set, man. Pay him a little extra, maybe for the club experience, but have him come on and just do a few records. That'd be fun, man. Summertime is getting hot in here. Even if you don't like metal, you're gonna love this shit, man. I mean, you're gonna be like, oh, and then fucking Down comes on, man. And Phil and the boys tear it down, Kirk and them, right? Down, bro. Fire. Jelly Roll. Amazing guy. Got to meet him. Loves his fans, man. I couldn't tell you how much he loves his fans. Cool cat. Real cool cat. I was shocked he was on that backstage. I was a little surprised about that, actually. And a lot of other people were too. Um, Maybe they need to do less stages and less bands. I know you don't like to hear that, but it'll free up the budget to get bigger artists, and you could actually maybe spread it out a little bit more if you have less bands. Maybe they have maybe 10 too many bands, 5 too many bands. Just skimming 5 bands off, 5 to 10 bands off will do wonders. And I know no one wants to hear that, especially the performers, because it's going to take away from them. That's going to suck for them, right? Pop Evil, I seen last year. Never heard of them before, man. I heard one of their songs, but I didn't even know who they were. And I love the record that I know. But they blew my mind last year, so I had to make sure to see them this year, and they freaking killed it. And I have amazing footage of it. They actually even hit me up. They love the footage so much. So check that out. And I do have footage on my Instagram account. So make sure you check out my Instagram, follow that. I will be continuing to post stuff there. I have tons of photos that I'm really just posting on my Twitter and my Facebook also. So follow all of that. Candlebox, I didn't see them. I didn't see these guys. Let's see. Insane Clown Posse, people love them. I never really listened to Insane Clown Posse. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sleeping with Sirens was dope. Actually, no, I didn't see Sleeping with Sirens. I was thinking of another of what's it called? The fuck is the band called? With this, what's it called? I'll get to it in a second. Cannibal Corpse was insane. I've never seen them live. They were insane. Gore, I unfortunately missed, but everyone had a blast. Everyone I know that's seen them. Spirit Box was phenomenal. Love them. Let's see. Hatebreed, of course, they always delivering. Bad Wolves was great. Sounded amazing. Bad Wolves, great work, man. They have that cover too with the Cranberries. Zombie, they do. It sound great, man. Kitty came back. We haven't seen Kitty in a long time. All over the web, man. Major press. Sounded great. It was great to see Kitty back in the game. You had the legendary Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, legendary album. They still sounded great. You know, Silverstein, Shadows Fall, All That Remains, Story of the Year, Bone Thugs and Harmony. See, like, if they book Bone Thugs and Harmony, like, and they play just a regular set, it would have broken it up a little. Just one day, have one rapper, one hip hop artist for each day. I think that would be great, man. And it also opens up barriers too, and I think that's a beautiful thing, man. Some people don't like listening to hip hop, or some people don't like listening to metal that much. Well, it's not like they don't like it, but they're not exposed to it. But putting one of these guys on the bill could expose people to listen to other bands and be like, holy shit, these guys are amazing. These guys, and these guys are amazing, and these guys are amazing. That's what's great about festivals. I think, as I said, it just switches up the energy a little bit. Like Tech Nine performed last year at the actual show, and everyone loved him. He should have been back this year on the main stage. Waka Flocka Flame has great energy. Let's see here. Hinder, Devil Wears Prada. I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone. I wanted to, okay, this is the band I got confused. The Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. They were pretty good, man. They were pretty good, man. That dude always switching up his look, man. I didn't even realize it was him at first. Let's see. John 5 didn't make it, unfortunately. You know, White Zombie was there last year, and they were incredible. Red was great. The group Red, really good, man. I was impressed. Let's see. Power Man 5000, I did not get to see. Mushroom Head, I wasn't able to see. Let me know, what was your favorite performances? A lot of these guys I wasn't able to see. Fire from the Gods. All right. Crowbar, great band, by the way. And Kirk is actually in the band Down with Phil. So, all right, I think we're gonna go to the nitty gritty now. You know, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty now. So, I want to start address. I want to like counter a lot of the complaints that I've been hearing. Let's do that. One of the biggest complaints that I've heard was getting there and getting back, getting to the cars, right? The parking. People also weren't able to even. People were not even able to walk because, you know, for safety reasons, which I understand, man. You know, these guys, may have liability things when it comes to like people saying, well, you know what, I don't want to wait an hour or 2 hours for the shuttle to take me back to my car. I'm going to walk. But what happens if you get hurt? Then what happens? That's a lawsuit. So they weren't letting people walk to the cars. It was a little bit of a far away from where the parking was. I wish they could find a location where parking wasn't an issue. Or maybe they need to purchase shuttle buses, or because there was a problem with these shuttle buses picking people up. That was the biggest complaint I heard. Which people have the right to be annoyed if they're waiting mad long hours to get to their car at the end of the night, especially. Not everyone had a hotel to stay at. Not everyone camped, right? So they have to figure that out. Sound, there was some serious bass issues during some performances. I am not going to call out what bands they were because you guys may blame the bands, but it was toward the main stages, you know, the monster stages. The bass during a lot of people's performances was insane on both stages. So you got to work on that. They got to work on that. I mean, the bass was it was loud for some rock music, you know. I mean, Shit was crazy. So they got to work on that. Felt like I was at a fucking rave at one point, just because the bass was just loud. And I didn't say anything to no one. People kept telling me this on social media, in person. So, once again, hit me up on all my social media too and let me know what's up. Um, yes, he did pass, Scott. Scott passed, but they had a new guy who sings. And I wasn't really feeling that. I wasn't feeling that. Maybe because I'm just such a diehard fan that I just didn't want to see that. But if the singer is gone, then it's kind of awkward to me. It's a little awkward to me. But some people are gonna enjoy it. It just felt karaoke-ish. I don't know if that makes any sense. Give me 30 seconds. Skip 30 seconds if you don't want to watch this. I just got to check on something real quick.
Boy, Young Jizzle, nigga, y'all know what it is, man. DJ Dales.
Peace, man. What's up, y'all? This is Common, and right now you checking out DJ Dales. Stay in tune with him, all right?
DJ Dales, absolutely wonderful.
All right, I'm back. Excuse me. Yeah, so it was kind of weird. I heard a lot of people complaining about the prices on beer and food. I would love prices to be low, but it's a festival. I think a lot of people that are complaining about the food prices and I know I'm going to piss off people right now. People that are complaining about the food prices and the drink prices, y'all don't go to enough shows, man. Every show, that's the price. Okay? It's expensive to go to a festival. If you're looking for somewhere cheap to go to, this is not the place to be at a festival. People got to make their money. Could it be a little lower? Yeah, of course it could. I would love it to be a little bit lower. But I've never been to a festival or a concert, a big concert, where I wasn't paying like $8 to $10 a beer. I don't know of any concert where I paid bar prices, like you're going to your local bar. This ain't a local bar, guys, ladies. A lot of Karens out there on the internet, man, whining and complaining. I see it on so many feeds. Complaining about the food. If you want, what do you want? A home cooked meal for $5? What do you want them to do? Put a McDonald's there? I mean, shit. A lot of these people that are selling their food, these guys are they charge a lot of money even outside. Food truck kind of businesses and all of that. I think that people are a little bit crazy about the complaining of the food prices. A beer was $8. I've paid $8 for a beer at many concerts. So why is it any different? Would I like it to be $6, $7 for a beer? Hell yeah, shit. Would I like it to be $5, $4? Hell yeah. But I'm also realistic. Mother effers are Karens like crazy, like just whining, complaining. Wah, wah, wah. I want my money back. I want this. I think that some people have agendas. They go to these things and then they want to complain to get a discount. Like that person that goes to the restaurant that always is complaining. Oh, this ain't right. And you look at them and you're like, the food is fine. Like, you're embarrassing me. A lot of complaining about that. Security, some people are complaining about security, not enough, too much. I had no problem with security. I think security was, for the most part, really nice and chill. There was one or two guys that were a little obnoxious. I seen them, like, for no reason, kind of tripping out on someone, and I didn't understand why. And I was there like the whole time, and I really didn't understand that. But I think he had a power trip. Sometimes people were security and they get like a power trip. It's a little weird. I think that security always needs to be tight when people are entering a festival, so that for everyone's safety, right? That's where it needs to be taken very seriously. Metal detectors, wands, make sure people are not bringing in anything that's dangerous. But there's no issue with that in my eyes. What I seen. All in all, great show. As I said, there's a link in the description box. There should be one pinned in the chat where you can watch the vlogs. It's in multiple parts, so you guys could watch it when you get a chance. This part, that part. You may want to skip a part. It's like in chapters. I can't wait for next year. I hope to go back. I do hope that they skim some of the bands. Maybe not hire so many back in the day bands unless they're, the following is huge. The reunion bands are cool and all, but we need some monster bands, man. Like give us that. I feel like they were missing one big band this year. And it could be that bands just weren't available or they didn't fit the budget, and that's where you got to maybe skim off of having people perform, maybe not hire as many as you did so that you can afford that monster band. So I'm not going to call out any bands and say, oh, this one shouldn't have done this or done that or been there at this point of the night. Or I'm not going to do that, but there was a lot of people that were very shocked that some people were toward the end of the night. And I do agree with that. And that's all I got. I had a great time. I enjoyed myself. I really don't have much to complain about except the scheduling. I think they got to work on the scheduling so it's not overlapping. Let's make it where if they sold over 1 million records, at least people could catch half of the show. Don't have two multi-platinum artists perform 5 minutes apart from each other. I don't like that. I think that sucks for the bands and for everyone. One other thing, I've heard complaints from a bunch of bands actually. Not one, two. I know a lot of bands, multiple bands. They hate this whole VIP space area. It's too big. They're far away from the audience. It's too much space still. They had that circle thing last year, and that was enormous. They did slim it down, maybe even slim it down a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I think that would be a good idea. Slim that down a little bit more, and you could even slim down the media pit just a tiny bit. Take it in a little bit because there wasn't even a lot of people during that VIP area, and they also had this Rockstar area that was really cool. You got to meet bands, and I've seen some people complaining, "Oh, I didn't meet no bands." They had a schedule where it said when all the bands were coming. So for people that were complaining about that VIP thing where the Rockstar experience, where you were able to hang out in that lounge, they literally had a schedule where you were able to meet people like Island. You were able to meet Cannibal Corpse. You were able to meet a lot of bands every day. So to defend that, there was a schedule where you could meet bands. There were some people I've read were complaining about there wasn't any food, not enough food with that experience. I don't know. I mean, maybe you got to the food late too. That could have been the case because everything was scheduled. I seen the bulletin board. There was because you got to go past that to go into the pit area on one of the stages, and it seemed very organized. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Watch more videos. I'll put some pop-ups. Thank you, guys. Have a great day, and I hope to see you guys there next year. And I do think that maybe they should think of another location. Maybe go outside of VA. Go to Charlotte. Go to North Carolina. Maybe there'll be a better place in North Carolina where people could park and get to their cars. But maybe they do that also for safety reasons, so people can't get to their cars. You guys ever think of that also? Possibility. I like to stay positive about stuff, man. I really do. But yeah, great experience once again. I didn't mind the other location. The other location was fine. The problem is it's hard to get cars in and out of there. That was why that location wasn't a good location. But yeah, that's my review. All in all, great time. I wish they booked a few bigger bands and maybe replaced them with a bunch of other bands to fit the schedule, fit the budget right. I think people are complaining about the price of the food or being Karens. $8 for a beer. Yes, it's expensive. It's always $8, $7 a beer. Y'all don't go out enough, okay? Y'all don't go out enough. Not trying to dish you, but it is what it is. This is what happens, okay? So that's all I got. Please feel free to shit on me in the comments if you disagree with anything I said. Praise me if you like. Share this with a friend. Follow my social media. As I said, I'm posting tons of stuff. And right now, go click on that vlog because you'll love it. We out.